Hi, my name is Brian from Denmark, your tech friend, and this is a comparison of the Xiaomi 12t Pro to the Google Pixel 7 Pro. And the reason why I'm doing this comparison is that I've had and used the Pixel 7 Pro as my main driver for the last 3 weeks, and then after that 2 weeks of this phone, the Xiaomi 12t Pro. The 7 Pro has been hailed by some reviewers as phone of the year 2022. And the Xiaomi 12t Pro with its 200 megapixel camera as a somewhat cheaper alternative. So how do these two phones compare? Let's find out. The Xiaomi is not woohoo, but it's okay. I like this blue color the most. It's got an IR blaster up here. I don't know if you can see it just there. And it's got sound by Harman Kardon. You can just tell right there. And the cool thing is that it's actually got a top-mounted speaker as well as a button-firing speaker. And that is not something you normally see, because on the Pixel, for instance, you just have this button grill and you got nothing on the top. But where the sound comes out of is like of a 1 millimeter thin speaker right here at the very top. The haptic feedback on the Xiaomi is not very forceful. It is much more forceful on the Pixel 7 Pro. And I really like the Pixel 7 Pro's design feature. You can tell this is like what you want from a design, like a clear-cut definition, as you got with the iPhone. So over many years, they stick to their guns and they just keep on their clear design language carried on from the Pixel 6 series. It feels very good in the hand, actually, even without a cover. Feels good in the hand, but you get the sensation like of a flaccid perhaps because it creaks. Can you hear this? And sometimes it just creaks a little. This is max brightness on both of the phones. Of course, the Google Pixel 7 has got this ultra brightness that turns on automatically when you're in the sun. Then the screen becomes even more easily readable. The Xiaomi's got an AMOLED 900 nits 120Hz screen. The Pixel's got a 1500 nits screen to 120 Hz. I like the real estate of the screen and the ratio aspect on the Pixel, and the Xiaomi's face unlock is insanely fast, which it actually is on both phones. Battery. The Xiaomi 12t Pro has got this insane 120 watt charger in the box, and it charges to full in only 26 minutes. The Pixel's battery life is okay, but ridiculously slow charging speed. 30 watts charging is not fast charging, and it takes upwards of 1 hour and 40 minutes for a full charge on this phone, and that is not flagship. On the Google Pixel, you have the Tensor G2 chip, and it is slow, and it is still not optimized to as many games as you find any Snapdragon phone actually. And it gets hot during gaming and video conference calls. Not a nice phone to handle. The Xiaomi 12t Pro, on the other hand, with its Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, did not become excessively hot during gaming. And you can see 2 separate gaming videos on this phone, my PUBG video and my gaming video up here. The Pixel speakers are loud, but not the clearest. Also, the mic is okay and loud on the receiver's end of calls, but not especially good sound. There is only one EQ setting you can do on the Pixel, and that is in sound, where you can tell it to adjust to the environment. So you can't, like you have on a Samsung, use a complete equalizer. And on the Xiaomi, the sound on the receiver's end is okay to good, but just okay in my end. But the sound recording on this phone is just subpar in memos and video recordings. Trust me on this, I'm an old musician. But the sound is subpar in videos and memos. And I mean really subpar. The Xiaomi has got an insane amount of tweaking options in each and every setting. There is just like an abundance of things you can adjust, and you always get asked this: do you want to select all or just something to share and whatever? But the amount of settings you can adjust in each and every app on the Xiaomi is just insane. And that is, in my opinion, a very fun thing to take into consideration as a European. When this phone that should share, that should be a security risk if you're an American, has all these kind of questions that you are constantly being asked. Whereas on this phone, it's kind of the opposite, where you have to share a lot of your information to be able to get the full Google experience. As a European, it's not 50-50, it's actually, I would feel more secure on a Xiaomi device. That said, we don't know, of course, whatever governments will choose to do with the data, because it is shared no matter if you like it or not. With the UI on the Pixel, of course you get, this is the software star phone, or so it should be. I get the same sensation as if I'm using an iPhone. I get that Apple ecosystem vibe, where I'm in this sort of a system where I have to say yes to every goddamn little tiny thing to get the full experience of this software system. And I don't like that as an Android user. The best customization you get lately is on a Samsung or on a Motorola. Hail! Okay, so this is video mode on the Xiaomi 12t Pro and the Google Pixel 7 using their selfie cams. What I immediately can see is the Pixel is better to portray the sky correctly, at least on this footage that I'm able to see, but also my face looks so dull on the Pixel 7 Pro. But that's of course up to you to decide. What about the stabilization? What do you think about it? Who is the better? What about the dynamic range there? Well, and now we're in 4K on the main back camera of both of these phones. What I just wanted to show you again was, of course, how well do you think the sky is portrayed, as well as the stabilization. Let's have a walk. Which one of these guys is the most stable? And we could even have a little jog. And what about the sound? What do you think about the sound of these two guys? Is there any of them that's a little better or worse? This is a zoom test on the Xiaomi 12t Pro and the Google Pixel 7 Pro. Let's just go all the way in. The Xiaomi has got this giant, close to 1 inch sensor, 200 megapixel on the back. But as you just saw in the video, there's also other factors that come into play when just wanting to point and shoot especially. But as you also saw, the video stabilization on this guy is really something to be in awe of. But the rest of the cameras on the Xiaomi 12t Pro is just subpar, and that makes for a very uneven experience when using this phone as a camera phone. The Pixel, on the other hand, very good for point and shoot, as you just saw. But the selfie camera, is that a joke? The Xiaomi here and the Pixel here. When you immediately see them, you can't tell much of a difference, right? But where you can take a difference, and that is in each and every time you make a shot with the Pixel, the quality if you zoom in. Look at this. Now I've zoomed in on my eyebrow. That's always a telltale case. And on the Pixel here, you can see it's a bit more blurry when you zoom in, and that means just the detail. The detail of the selfie camera is just very subpar on the Google Pixel 7 Pro, and it is horrendous in my opinion. And it gets very hot during video recordings, unlike the Xiaomi 12t Pro that just breezes through 4K 30 frames per second video recording. Conclusion: both phones deliver an uneven experience, not only with their cameras but also with the corners that have been cut. Bad sound, charging in hardware versus software problems. So as it stands right now in December 2022, I can't really recommend any of them. But if the two companies behind these two guys can better their hardware to software problems, then there may be hope for both of these phones. As of now, none of these phones are top range phones. Just understand that and then pay accordingly. My name is Brian from Denmark, your tech friend, and I'll see you in the next one.